are Mere Casuals.
Okay, so are you ready for me to start recording?
Yes, I put my phone on silent.
He's already
I
started
already started
recording.
recording. So we've started. Welcome back to Mere Casuals, a World of Warcraft podcast.
I'm Sam.
Oh, no.
You paused,
I know.
so I assumed.
Oh man, I don't even remember where we were. I'm Josh/Will.
I'm Sam/Rolaren. I always say her name wrong. Rolaren.
Her name or your name? It's your name now.
My name's Sam.
Your name's Rolaren.
Rolaren.
You are your character.
And I'm Al O'Connor. I'm Al/O'Connor, and I'm a rogue. That's why I slash.
See, you do make the slash joke every time.
Well,
You edit that in,
I
right?
made a point to do the slash joke this time.
I always threaten to edit out the slash joke, but I never actually edit out the slash joke.
I'm a little bit sad, though.
About?
I did not just hear it. Every time...
No, we do that at the end.
That's
That's
we're gonna have to edit that part
our
out.
exit. That's our podcast exit.
No,
thing.
but I'm pretty sure if you listen, she says every time.
Does she?
Do I? I don't listen to our podcast.
Oh,
You don't
that's
listen to
going to
it?
edit that out.
I've tried, but I can't get over how awkward I am.
I feel like we're all drinking coffee out of big, heavy ceramic mugs today. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of like table knocks for me to edit out later.
Or just leave in.
Yeah, I edit most of those out. Yeah, so we got super sidetracked with that intro.
That's a sign of things to come.
It is. This is going to be a rough episode. I can feel it because we've all had coffee and we're all hyper, and none of us have even played WoW today, so we're probably all just having withdrawal.
Pretty sure I'm the only one who's already worked today.
I did 8 quests.
I spent 2 hours editing the episode that needs to come out today. That counts as work.
Okay.
I'm doing my side job that makes us no money and actually costs us a little bit of money.
You said that you edited the podcast that came out last week.
Yes, today/last week, because we are recording this on the 28th, which, side note, do you know what today is?
The 28th.
But
The day
in
after
WoW
your birthday.
terms, well, yeah, but in WoW terms, do you know what today is?
Today is the release of Dragonflight.
Oh, you do know that. That's the retail expansion.
Who plays retail?
Apparently a lot of people. So I made our Mere Casuals Twitter account a while ago so that I could like post things and try and get people to notice us so that we get listeners. And also because Twitter is, I was going to say because Twitter's cool, but I don't like Twitter. I hate Twitter. But anyways, I've been on...
It smells a bit. It's got a bit of a musk to it.
Oh, that's a terrible... That's a good joke. No, I like that joke. What was I going to say, though?
We all have to get along.
So anyways, I've been on Twitter, and there's so many people on there that are excited about the Dragonflight expansion for retail WoW that I keep getting tempted, and I'm like, oh, do I want to play the Dragonflight on
Do you have
retail?
to pay for it?
Well, yeah,
Or is it
that's
already
the thing.
connected to our account?
No, it's not like WoW Classic where they come up with a new expansion and it's included.
Oh.
When they come out with Dragonflight, you have to first pay Blizzard like $65 Canadian or something like that for the expansion before you can play it.
So why pay for a game we're already playing that we already
Well,
paid
that's
for?
why we haven't done that yet. I mean, people do it because they want to play the newest content. So it's like it's brand new, like Lich King that we're playing now.
Came out
like
when
me
I was
and
a
Al
baby. I
both
know, I
bought.
get it.
Me and Al both bought Lich King. We both paid for it. Like we did you pay it? You played it before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we both bought it 12 years? No, not 12 years ago. When was Lich King out? 2006?
Sounds about a good
2008,
guess.
2006 or 8. So
Okay,
it's
never
been
mind, I
like
was not a
14
baby.
years. No, you were not a baby 14 years ago. That would be really weird. So yeah, it's old content. So you don't have to pay for the new expansion because it's not a new expansion. But with retail, like you would have had to pay for Shadowlands, which I feel like would have been a waste of money. You would have had to pay for whatever the expansion before that was, which I feel like would have been a waste of money. But people are excited about this one. People apparently
So
like
14 years ago is when Lich King came out.
it. 14 or 16, I can't
Oh,
remember
it's
the
going to
date.
be like, if it was 14, is that why your first marriage ended? Because you were
No.
too busy playing WoW?
That wasn't 14 years ago. That was 12 years ago.
He was married playing Wrath of Lich
We
King. I
got
remember that.
married. I mean, we got
did not
together
get married
12
years ago.
We'll just edit that out because now I'm confused and awkward and you can delete
We've
that.
been together for 12 years.
But not married for 12.
No.
Okay, but if you say it that way, your marriage ended 12 years ago and we started dating 12 years ago, it just sounds like I was the reason.
No, I met you after.
I know, but now...
More than one thing can happen in one calendar year. A year is a long time. Like, for example, Lich King came out on November 13th. Oh, wow, it's like the anniversary of Lich King coming out was like 2 weeks ago. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
You should
Was
have
that a thing?
posted something about
Yeah,
that.
just now. now.
Just now. Okay, I feel like that
Oh.
should have been a bigger deal.
I think I might have seen a Facebook post.
I don't have Facebook. How's our Facebook account doing, by the way?
No one has sent me content to post. You and Al both have all of the stuff,
Al
all
has
the
raised his
videos,
hand. Al
all
has a
of the podcasts on your computer. I don't have any of it on my computer.
Actually,
Can I just take it from your YouTube
You
channel?
can link to
you
it.
post the links. You just share it there, and it's been there for a while. Just grab it and take it. So on my
No,
YouTube,
but how do I take the videos from our YouTube channel and voice over our podcast? Is what I was trying to do.
Oh, you want to do that?
I wanna
I
do
can
that.
oh, that's a different thing altogether. You still want to share the videos.
Yeah.
So when you get to
so
the
I'll
video,
still share the videos, but I still want to be able to post clips of our podcast. But I don't want just our voice. I want them to actually see something as well.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
that's just
Does
a
that
format
make
of different
sense?
content. Yes, but share the content that we have right
Yeah.
now.
I'll still, okay.
So
The
also-
YouTube channel, Facebook channel is fine. I will just do that later. I can do that right now.
Also,
Well, don't do it while we're talking. We need you to pay attention because you need to talk during our podcast.
I did, and I made it awkward, so I feel like you're going to.
awkward is good.
I feel like people listen to you because of the awkwardness.
Anyway,
That's your charming
I tried-
your charming personality quirk that you're kind of awkward.
fourth time. I'm gonna try it again.
Should we just
So-
keep interrupting Al and ignoring
what
him?
we
On
do
my
best.
YouTube channel, if you go into, I think it's the About tab,
Yeah.
it's got links to different podcasts, and I think I even
Ours?
have a link to the Discord on there now. And then once I get the link to the Facebook, and if there's content on there, I'll have a link to the Facebook. And then on your Facebook, you can also add the links to the YouTube channel. And I've given,
I've already
the-
added the podcast, the Spotify podcast link.
I have
to
given,
Facebook.
I have given the link to
Oh, okay.
the YouTube. I've done it over Discord. I can get it for you again, but the actual link to our page.
Okay.
And you post it there. So just post everything that we have. Everything is still in its birthing stage. It's still coming out the canal, so to speak.
That's a terrible
Yeah.
thing to try and picture.
Have you never boated through a canal? It's kind of peaceful and serene.
I feel like that's not the canal you were talking about, but all right.
Yes, like
Are
coming
all
out into the
canals
sunlight.
serene? Okay, yeah, just kind of canals do you boat down where you come out into the sunlight? These like covered canals?
Yes.
Yeah, you're trying to do the whole funny metaphor thing. I know you are. What
I
were
just
we
got
talking about?
flashbacks of giving birth, so
You didn't even get to see the canal part. I had to look at that
Oh,
part.
that's gross. Why are you guys even thinking of that?
I feel like that's your fault.
that is where my mind went.
Oh, I
With
know
your
why. I know
comment.
how we ended up on that because we were talking about Lich King's birthday.
Oh.
That we missed by 15 days, and I didn't even realize it happened. World of Warcraft in general had a birthday the other day.
Well, happy birthday, World of Warcraft.
I don't remember what day it was. It was the November the 20-something.
There's also a birthday on November 27th.
Yeah, but no one really celebrated that one.
So I guess we should point out
I gave you
that
presents.
Yeah.
your presence is a present.
No.
So happy birthday, Josh.
Oh, thank you.
Let me know how 62 goes, and
Oh God.
I'm not even close to 62, so I don't remember where did we start that digression with?
we're in our intro still.
We're still on the hellos.
Were we in our intro or did we get to news?
Nope.
No, we're still saying hello. Should we cut to the news?
It's time for the news.
Okay, so news. Now, last week I had news and I spoiled it and I told Al beforehand what the news was so he couldn't act surprised. So I saved this one because I feel like neither of you know about this.
You're pregnant.
No, not anymore. So I feel like neither of you know about this because you probably don't spend as much time listening to podcasts and watching YouTube videos as I do. Well,
we don't
about
listen.
WoW.
We don't watch the same YouTube channel.
No, we don't watch the same YouTube videos. So, interesting news with Ulduar, which I am saying right now. They are releasing some additional new content with Ulduar. I feel like I'm talking more to Al because I don't know. You'd like this, I think. So they're releasing Heroic Plus dungeons. Have you heard about the Heroic Plus dungeons?
I've seen mention of it before. I thought that was a retail thing.
No, Mythic Plus is retail. So there's these Heroic dungeons, Heroic Plus dungeons they're going to add in with Ulduar, and it actually sounds really cool, and I thought it sounded like something perfect for casual players like us, and like like possibly some other people that play, although I feel like there's less casual players than there used to be. So they're calling them, okay, so there's a couple different names for them. Everyone's calling them Heroic Plus, but I think they're actually called Defense Protocol Alpha, I think, which sounds weird and sounds like it makes no sense, but I guess they're apparently going to be adding new stages of these Heroic Plus dungeons as Lich King goes on and making them like harder and harder difficulty options. So this is Defense Protocol Alpha, and then like if they add another one, it would be Defense Protocol is Beta. The next one? Beta is the next one. So what they're doing is they're taking the heroic dungeons, so stuff like the Utgard Keep and Pinnacle, Nexus, Halls of Stone and Halls of Lightning, Violet Hold. Should I list all of them, or is that going to be boring?
Oculus.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate Oculus so much.
I'm the only one who got that achievement.
Yeah, so anyways, they're
Does
taking
that
the...
annoy you guys?
That you got the achievement?
Yes.
What achievement?
Yes, it does.
The Oculus achievement.
Well,
I got the achievement, like for completing Oculus?
No, the quest. Was it the
Oh,
quest?
you're the only one that finished the quest line, yeah.
I thought everybody was going to die, so I released.
Well, yeah, we did Oculus. Al died on the boss, so he released, so he didn't get credit for finishing it. And I didn't pick up the quest halfway through because I wasn't paying attention and didn't see the quest NPC.
The thing is, you're usually reminding me, so I didn't remind you because I just assumed you already grabbed it.
So I'm also thinking that I have to research this dungeon a little bit because I feel like we were given incorrect guidance on what to do on those bronze drakes. We were told to spam that one ability, but that one ability created aggro.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we can't spam that ability because then I became the tank on a bronze drake, and that's why I died.
Who was the tank for that one?
Was that me?
It was you.
Okay.
Oh, he's the one who gave us the wrong information?
No, our DK
Oh.
friend was giving us the wrong information.
I didn't want to say names, even though you didn't say names, but yeah,
I feel like Oculus is a dungeon that I don't fully understand, and I don't want to fully understand because I don't like it.
But we have to do it at least 3 times, probably 4. 4
To get
for
all the achievements?
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
for the regular, and then once for the ruby, bronze, and emerald voids.
Right. I have 2 of them because I've done it as a bronze and whatever the tank one is.
Yes,
But-
we've determined that you're only patient when it serves you.
But, and here's the big but. I was just listening to that because I was editing the other podcast and I got to the point where you were telling me off for that. But, here's the thing. We're not talking about Oculus now. We're talking about news.
Oh,
So
yes.
we got to get back to the Heroic Pluses.
Defense platform
So
beta.
Defense Protocol Alpha or Dragon Rune Dungeons or Heroic Plus. I don't know what they're actually called. There's a bunch of things people are calling them. But what happens is, so you go into the Heroic Dungeon. So you set your dungeons to Heroic and you zone into, let's say, like Utgard Pinnacle, because that seems to be the dungeon we always talk about. So you zone into Utgard Pinnacle and there will be like a disc just inside the dungeon. So I guess you can interact with that disc somehow and you can set it to this Heroic Plus mode. So what it does is it makes it more difficult, like more of a challenge, because I don't know if you guys have noticed when we've done heroics, they're really not hard.
No.
Like really, really not hard. Like
Except
we are
Oculus.
not. Oculus isn't hard. Oculus is annoying. Like we are not like fully geared elite players by any means, but we go into a heroic dungeon and we just completely wipe through it with no effort whatsoever. So what they've done is they've taken the heroic dungeons and I think they've buffed the health of all the mobs by 100%. So basically doubled the hit points of everything. And I think it does 30% extra damage, I think is the number. And every dungeon has like a unique effect. So like in the Utgard dungeons, I think the effect is randomly a player will be targeted and they leave this ice trail that's like floor problems. So if you stand on the ice trail, you take damage and you get slowed or something. Like it has some effect. And like I think Calling of Strathhome, there's like a plague that I don't know what the plague does. The plague does something, but basically there's a unique effect that each dungeon type has. So like the Utgard ones, the Nexus and Oculus, the Halls of Lightning and Stone, they each have their own like unique ability that happens as well. So they're going to be harder. They're not going to be like super hard. Like I don't think they're tuned for players with like fully BIS gear top end players. I think it'll still be easy for them, but it'll be more of a challenge. And when you finish, I think I know the end boss, like the end boss for each dungeon will have some, like at least one piece of loot from Nax, from KT, like the end boss from Nax. and I believe there will be extra emblems, and I think there might be extra like regular like dungeon regular raid loot from Nax on the other bosses as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't remember what I heard, but basically it's a harder version of the heroics, and you get some Nax loot from it.
I wonder if this is just their way. And by the way, like, hats off, I'm glad they're giving us some new content in our classic runs.
Newish.
Yeah, but I just wonder if it's just because they've made things easier. I mean, we get emblems now, we can buy higher end gear a lot faster than we could have before. So I wonder if there's just their way to get us geared for the new content quicker.
It's a catch-up mechanic.
Yes.
It's not necessarily for people who already have all the best gear, although they'll do it just for the... I'm assuming there's going to be achievements attached to it.
Oh, I hope so.
Like, they're going to do it just for the fact of doing it, because you have to finish everything, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's more of a catch-up mechanic for people like you and Sam, who have not done Nax. If you wanted to do Ulduar, you're going to need some gear, right? So...
I have been in Nax.
In Wrath of the Lich King?
No.
Okay. And... Do you
not.
think you haven't been to Nax? But what do you think of this? Do you think that sounds cool?
Sure. It just means harder, and I have to figure out how to play properly.
Well, you're learning because we respect you, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that, the respect, later.
I always thought there was a lack of excitement, but I think you feel like you're like, oh, this is going to be harder. No, it's exciting. We'll have fun.
See, harder is better because you actually have to... I feel like you don't seem happy with your level of play, because you feel like you're not doing much. So what this will do, what harder content does, is it forces you to learn how to do things that you weren't doing before.
Like
good.
strafe.
Like strafe?
Strafe.
Strafing. Yes.
Strafe.
Yeah. So like the harder, like doing nothing but easy stuff, like us doing
Does get
heroics, you're learning nothing, because honestly, you could follow us and never do a single thing, and we'd still beat the dungeon easily. Like, you only need, for the heroics right now, like, if you had a tank, a healer, and one good DPS, that's all you need. You don't need a full group. I mean, there's people who could two-man it. Like, they're not difficult. So the fact that these Heroic Plus dungeons are going to require all 5 people to actually pay attention and do something, then that might help you.
I do stuff.
You do stuff. But I'm saying there's going to be more
need
for you to play your class, right? Which you do. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying this will push you a little bit. It's good to be pushed. But this is also good. This will also be good for people like you who haven't done Nax. People with alts, like anyone with alts, like they're not going to have to take an entire. Oh yeah, so people with we had to just edit something out there. Never mind that. So people with alts, rather than having to take a guild through Nax 25 to get geared up well enough for Ulduar, you can just do these heroic pluses and get geared up. And it's 5-man content, and it's like heroics, so it only takes like half an hour. It's much quicker and much more convenient and much more casual player friendly, which I think is good for us.
Nice.
Any more thoughts on that?
No, that's pretty awesome. I'm actually excited about that. Can't wait to see it. I do want to get into Nax, of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were going to sign up this past week, weren't you? But then our guild went and canceled.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's because apparently a fair amount of the players on our server are what, okay, I wrote it down here, are what they call Americans. So Americans have this custom. Near the end of November every year, they celebrate Thanksgiving, which is a weird time to celebrate Thanksgiving, I know. But they celebrate Thanksgiving, and I believe it was this past Thursday. So as a result, I think our guild leadership probably ate too much turkey and was tired and just canceled raid for the week. So
why don't they celebrate Thanksgiving at the proper time, like in October?
I don't know. I think maybe it's just a matter of being slow. Like maybe they're just a little slower to the punch with the Thanksgiving. Like we're all thankful in October, and it takes them a month and a half longer to get to that point.
Yeah, I know that at Thanksgiving I usually like to be the first one to the punch. Anyway, we digress. Happy Thanksgiving to our neighbors to the south.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, because this episode will come out into December, and we're recording this on the 28th of November, both of which are well after Thanksgiving, so we're very late saying Happy Thanksgiving, but whatever, we tried. And that's it for the heroic pluses. I think I'm excited about those. Also, I'm getting more and more excited about Ulduar because I never did it before, and I don't. Did you do any Ulduar?
Yeah, vaguely, but I was mostly a carry at the time. Like I went in, didn't know what I was doing, just mashed my buttons. So we'll see. And this is like many, many years ago.
So more or less what you would be now.
No, I'm paying attention to what my buttons do now.
Well, I guess that's a plus. And you, I know you haven't done it. You don't even know what we're talking about.
Having a clue.
Will you go
To
to Ulduar and Nax? Like, I feel like it would be fun for you to get into some
Can
raids.
they do it like earlier in the day?
You see how we have like halls of stone and halls of lightning and halls of stone?
Yeah.
So there's a big building there. There's like that's the new raid zone that's coming out. It's going to be right in that area.
I know where it is.
Okay.
That's what isn't the flight path called Ulduar?
Yeah, that's the only reason
That's
I know
where
what it is.
we fly to get to halls of lightning and stone.
It's going to be so exciting.
It is
No,
apparently
but they
it's
do it
like
so late at night.
So, Al, you've said in the past, like, you're excited about ICC, and that's like the big raid
What's
for
ICC?
Wrath. Ice Crown Citadel.
No, you have
It's
to
in-
finish Ice Crown to do that.
You don't have to, but it's in that zone. Like, there's no... It's not like past expansions. You don't have to complete quest chains to get into the zones, so you don't have to do all the quest chains, but it's in that zone. But yeah, there's Ice Crown, and that's kind of the one that some people get excited about, but I'm learning more and more that people are really excited about Ulduar, because Ulduar seems to have a reputation of being, like, the pinnacle of WoW raiding. Like, that's where it hit its peak. Like, that was the best zone.
I like the new dungeons that come out with ICC. So there's Pit of Sauron, there is Halls of Reflection, and there was another one that I can't recall the name of. I'm looking
Those
forward to
were
those
fun.
5
Those were
minutes.
fun too. I know there's the one where you had to chase the Lich King. I don't remember which one that was. Remember, it was like a
think that's Halls of Reflection.
timed one,
Yeah.
and you get to this outdoor part, and
No,
he
he
taunts
chases you.
He chases. Oh right, he chases you.
You got to run away from him.
I just remember the Lich King was. I remember thinking, oh wow, this is crazy. I'm in a 5-man and we're fighting the Lich King.
And then you get caught, and I don't know, should I just wait so Sam can experience it?
I'll forget.
Well, let's wait. Let's not spoil it for Sam, because I mean we've got months until this comes out. But
Finish Ice Crown, because it's going to open up so many dailies there as well, and it's so much fun. So much fun.
I'm assuming you stopped waiting for me.
I haven't been to Ice Crown in a while,
he's probably still waiting for you.
but there's not, like, it's dailies. You go in, you get your dailies, and you do them. I opened up Crusader's Pinnacle, I think that's what it's called, or whatever it is.
Crusaders, yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, have you opened up Crusader's Pinnacle?
I don't think so.
You get in and open up that zone, and then you're phased in with us, and we can do the dailies when necessary. When you get to the elites, I mean, my guy can handle most of the elites on his own. I think Josh's guy can handle all of the elites on his own.
No, not all. Well, okay, maybe now that I'm prot. Yeah, so I've mostly been playing as a prot paladin instead of a ret paladin now, and I'm saying this for the podcast, more for you, because I know you know this. You're nodding like I know, obviously.
I am not, by the way, but yeah.
I can interpret your little mannerisms however I choose. But yeah, so I used to think that Ret Pally was like, okay, you're questing, you're doing stuff, you're going to want to be Ret because you're going to want to do the damage, right? But man, Prot Paladin is overpowered. Like, it's just silly. I might actually just switch that to my main spec. I've been seriously considering that, and just becoming a tank. Because our guild doesn't have a Paladin tank. We have a DK and a couple warriors, and I think Prot Paladin is the top tank right now. And
Paladins.
Paladins are awesome. There was discussion about Paladins. Have you seen any discussion about Paladins? We're still technically in the news section. This is kind of news.
I have not. Are they going to nerf them?
No, but there was a lot of outcry, mostly from people who play Paladins, that Ret Paladin is underpowered. And it is. Don't look at me like that.
Okay, that time I did look at him like
He
that.
did. I'm not just imagining these things. You're definitely looking at me like that. So Ret Paladin is underpowered. Like, when it comes to raid, like DPS in a raid, they are low on the list. Their top end, like, if everybody is performing to their maximum, if they're getting the high parses, so to speak. I know we don't pay much attention to parses, but if they're getting their high parses, right? Paladin is going to be like mid to low tier DPS, even against the undead stuff in Nax that we get a bonus against. They're not the most powerful DPS class, like, not even close. Yeah, so Paladins, like, they're low end DPS basically, and some Paladins have been complaining, and I guess Blizzard released some kind of statement about it, basically saying that the Paladin class as a class is fine. Just because their DPS spec isn't top DPS doesn't mean they're not an overpowered class, or a properly powered class is what they were saying, because they have two spec options, the Prot and Holy, that are one of the best tank specs and one of the best heal specs, depending on the situation. So there's no reason for Rat to also be the highest DPS spec. So I found that extremely offensive because I want to be the best at everything, but kind of makes sense. So I don't remember how I started. Oh yeah, I want to kind of switch to prot because I want to be the very best. So no, I don't actually. I do. I want to be. Tanking's fun. I've been having fun tanking. Tanking heroics. I haven't gotten to tank any raids yet because our raid got canceled, and the one before that. Did we have one the week before either? I feel like we haven't raided much lately. I'm feeling unsatisfied. I want to raid something. Oh no, we did 25. Did we? I don't know.
I got a raid we can do.
What?
Tempest Keep.
Tempest Keep. That's the Burning Crusade one. Why do you need Tempest Keep?
I need Rod of the Sun King.
What is that?
It's a mace.
Like for one of your weird, crazy rogue DPS builds?
Yeah.
Give us. Okay,
replenishes energy.
Oh, okay. And is it one of those like crazy specs that calls for that?
Yes.
So
it's a hybrid spec.
Okay. Update us on your Fellstriker farming as well. How's that going for you?
Oh my gosh. Fellstriker does not want to farm.
Doesn't want to farm or doesn't want to drop?
Ouch.
How did that feel?
That was pretty humorous. FYI, she banged her funny bone, aka the humorous.
Sam felt like we weren't paying attention to her, so she bashed her arm off the desk.
No, it's not dropping because it does not want to be farmed.
It doesn't want to be farmed, yeah. I've heard that some people apparently have issues with the Fellstriker dropping. I didn't realize it was such a low drop rate. Apparently it's only like 2%.
Last, I think it's 1.7.
So if you round it up, it's 2%.
Yes, but we're not rounding up.
I am.
But with the drop chance of a lot of things, why would you round up? You need to have that point in there. Anyway, that's not the point.
It is a point, but it's not the point. So basically, you don't have it yet.
I don't have it yet.
So you don't have your Fellstriker.
I don't think I'm
you
gonna
need
get
your
it.
Rod of something,
Rod of the Sun King.
and you need a Titanium Spellblade. Those are the things you
I
want.
have that.
You got that? But do you need the Fellstriker to work with that?
I don't want the Fellstriker. I want the Rod of the Sun King.
Oh, instead of the Fellstriker.
Yes, I'll have the blade in my offhand. I'll have this Rod of the Sun King in my main hand.
So here's a good. You're judging me because I can't talk.
I always judge you.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm tired.
Neither did I.
I know. So I'm fumbly today. So we Tempest Keep. Okay, so is that the second raid tier in Burning Crusade? What does it drop off of in Tempest Keep?
Kel'Thas Sunstrider? Did I say his name right?
So the last guy?
Yeah.
So we can't 3-man that. I don't think. There's no way. We'd need probably like a 10-man at least to do that, right?
Yeah, we can see what we can wrangle up.
I wonder if we could convince people to do that with us.
Just hard
Because that would
reserve.
be kind of... Well, it wouldn't even be a matter of hard reserving. It would be a matter of going to the guild and be like, hey, do you want to do this fun thing with us? Al/Akona, because he's a rogue and he slashes, I beat you to it. Al/Akona wants the Rod of the Sun King. Does anyone want to go run Tempest Keep for fun with us?
We do need the
I think
achievement.
it's only like 4 bosses, isn't it? Isn't it a fairly short raid?
I think yes. I'll speak with authority, like I did about that 3-day egg. Yes.
Yes, that was wrong, by the way. It was 7.
Yes.
That would be cool to do because we've been doing some of the old raid content. We might as well talk about that a little bit because I don't remember what we were talking about, so we're just kind of skipping around.
We're talking about the rogue.
We are talking about your rogue, yeah. Do you want to keep talking about your rogue before we start talking about the old raid content?
Well, it kind of leads into it. So, okay, I'll just finish it off.
So, I'm going to interrupt before you say it. What I did see while I was looking at how I was talking about Paladin being like low tier DPS. Rogue is at the top, especially in Ulduar when the penetration begins. When you start to get there's a lot of armor penetration on the gear. Rogues are you're combat rogue, right? Mm-hmm. Combat rogue. I think combat rogue's like the top of some of the lists I've seen.
So where do I sit?
You're not bad actually, because you respect to marksman, right?
I think so.
Because it's more of a sit back and shoot. Although your AoE rotation is still setting a trap and doing the volley, but it's better for just sitting back and shooting, which you like to do. That spec actually gets quite good with the armor penetration as well in Ulduar. So you're going to want to do some Ulduar raiding and get the good gear. So, sorry, you were talking about rogues.
Yeah, I did the dual spec, got that achievement. I did set up the hybrid. It's ready to go.
So what do you use the hybrid for?
AoE, trash. It's a trash spec.
Oh, you were saying that. I feel like you were saying that last episode, and you're going to spec back and forth.
I'll have to go back and forth during the raid. So when I'm hitting trash, I'll have to be in the 1 spec, and I have to spec back. I have my gear swaps done onto a hotkey. Not a hotkey, it's a button.
So that seems like an awful lot of work, effort, and gold that you have put into for someone who hasn't shown up to a raid yet.
Well, we've been doing some stuff. I'm working
I'm just
on my
giving you.
rogue
I'm
in
just
a
giving
game.
you a hard time. I'm
It
not.
doesn't. Well, yeah, it doesn't really affect me that much.
I find it funny. So you've got your swapping set up for raids, but you haven't gone to a raid. You need to start going for raids. Like I said last week, it's fun. It's no pressure.
Well, we're working towards it for the last one, but the one I was signed up, my job called me in both nights.
Yeah, like I said last episode, you need to retire.
Oh, I agree, and I tried to do that, but then the money stopped coming.
Yeah, that's a problem. So we've got. So okay. So do you have anything else to say about your roguish?
I'm just excited to try them when we do our. So we've been working on the classic raids. I want to go back in.
Yeah.
And when you start pulling some of that trash, I want to see what I can do.
Well, yeah, because we went back and we did ZG, right? So we cleared ZG. The three of us, we cleared all of ZG because our plan is to go to ZG for the mount runs because the Tiger boss and the Raptor boss can both drop cool mounts that we all want for just because.
Achievements.
For achievements, yeah, but also because they're cool. It's fun to have them. So we've been doing that. So, but our first time in ZG, we decided to do a full clear for the achievement.
And you round up everything.
Well, yeah, and that's the fun part, is to round up as much as you can. But there are a couple problems with that.
Ugh, axe throwers.
Problem one is the axe throwers that do that stupid stun. And if you get more than two of them, they chain stun. And if you pull too many, you get to the point where just nobody can move ever and you slowly die. So that's annoying.
Yeah. That's the worst part. We're wiping, but we're slowly dying and watching it happen.
Yeah, it's not even that we're wiping, it's that it takes like a minute and a half. Like we all get stunned and we're like, oh, okay, we've done this wrong and now we all can't move. So let's all go make a coffee and have some lunch and come back, and when the stuff's finally killed us, we will run back. But so yeah, we have to keep the axe thrower pulls to a minimum, and even just, I mean, as much as it hurts, even just kill them one pack at a time. I mean that makes me feel dirty just to say that, but I mean, maybe it is what it is, I guess. But then there's the room just before the Raptor boss where there was no axe throwers. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pull this whole room, and this is going to be a fun AoE pack. And it would have been. It would have been fun. But I made the mistake. Yeah, I know you know where I'm going with this. And you're miming out what happened to me, I think. So I pulled the entire room, everything, and it's all like blood drinkers and champions and some raptors. Now the blood drinkers, all they do is they do like a little life drain and they heal themselves, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't really do much. But I said champions, right? Yeah, the champions, they have this stupid little knockback that they do, which also usually isn't a problem. But if you pull enough of them and then you make the mistake that I made and you pull them back and you back yourself against a wall, because I'm thinking, okay, they have a knockback, I'm going to back myself into a corner so I can't get knocked back. But apparently when they knock you back, even if you're up against a wall, they will bounce you off the wall back into the middle of their pack. And I'm a prot paladin. A lot of mitigation comes from my shield block, which my shield block mitigates like 1600 damage or something like that. So on these mobs, when my shield block triggers, they basically don't do damage because they don't do that much damage. So, and when I've got my what's it called? What's the thing, the ranged item for paladins called? My relic. The relic I have, when I use my judgment, I gain like 300 shield block rating or something like that. And there's my other shield blocking ability. Basically, when I have my abilities up, my shield block percentage goes up to like 77%. And then I've got like, I don't know, 20+% dodge and a bunch of parry and like tens of thousands of armor. Basically, if stuff's in front of me in a zone like ZG, it's not going to do damage to me. Like, I can pull 100 mobs and it does so little damage that it's not an issue. But when it knocks me back and I bounce off a wall back into the middle of the pack and suddenly my back is turned to all of them, they can suddenly do damage to me and it hurts a little. So we were just getting knocked all over the place, and we ended up wiping because apparently pulling everything was too much, and we died.
I'm not sure that everything is too much yet, though. I think we got to just finesse a few things.
The thing is, in later attempts, when we went in and we pulled like half the room, I pulled them to the middle of the room so that when they knocked me back, I'm still facing them. And then I just run back towards them, they knock me back, I run back towards them. As long as I'm front facing on them, they're still not damaging me. It doesn't matter how many I pull.
Yeah.
So we probably could pull the whole room if we had our positioning right.
So going back to the axe throwers.
We have to go back to the axe throwers because they hurt.
Yeah. Can they can they be outranged, for example, by a hunter?
I think so.
So we were talking about how, the get good type of thing. Maybe we should just assign you the axe throwers, stay out of their range, and you shoot them down while we do everything else.
Yeah, no, but you guys usually run in before I'm ready, so I'm still trying to get my pet back up while you guys are killing them, and then you guys die before I'm ready to go in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we have them positioned right, I know there's a few times where I pulled them too close to Sam as well, and they started stunning her as well. But if we have our positioning right, even if they're stunning us, as long as Sam can still hit them, she can kill those fast. Like
Yeah, so
nothing
you just
in there is
need
that much
to
help.
wait until I'm ready.
Yeah, maybe, but we've established in the past that I have occasional patience issues,
Yes, I know.
I don't think we've established that.
didn't we?
What's the occasional word for?
Because there was that one time when I was patient,
Sounds
which
like-
also that is established. It's recorded on the podcast. There was one time when I waited for something,
That is true. That is true.
so I can occasionally be patient. I feel like that is fact at this point.
And there is still one other problem with doing a run of ZG with just a few of us.
It's the mind control.
It's the mind control.
Yeah, on Hikar at the end. That
We
was
did it.
fun though. We did do it.
Not just Hikar. There's this one person that goes with us that just can't stay out of those freaking voodoo
Oh well,
piles.
yeah.
No,
Our
when-
rogue keeps fiddling around with those voodoo piles, and like sometimes it's fine, but then sometimes the paladin grows and starts killing the hunter and the rogue, and then everyone's dead. Well, except for me. Yeah, the mind control. That was completely unnecessary.
I
Too.
was
We don't need to
very
touch those. We
confused.
don't
I
need
wasn't really
anything on
sure what was
those.
happening.
There's like 2 gold coming from those skies.
Oh yeah, we need the 2 gold, that's for sure. But back to the Hikar fight, because that was fun. Like it took us a couple tries, because didn't we wipe? We wiped once. Well, we didn't actually wipe at all, because each time did we fail once or did we fail twice? Once. So the time that we failed, I got mind controlled. You were both dead, and that just reset the boss. So we didn't actually fully wipe, because I was able to res you guys, and we didn't have to run back.
We were dead and you were a bitch. I think we can call that a wipe.
Briefly. The thing is, if he didn't mind control, I could probably solo him. It'd take him a while. It'd take me a while, but I could solo him.
So if the boss didn't do what the boss does.
If the boss didn't do what the boss does, the boss would be easier. But the thing is, he does mind control, so like we had to kind of pick and choose the mechanics we paid attention to, like the life drain that he does, the blood storm thing. I don't remember what it's called.
Siphon?
The siphon, yeah, where we used to go down, like in Classic, when we used to go down and grab the Son of Hikar and kill it and stand in the poison and all that. It's completely unnecessary, because there's only 3 of us, so he doesn't drain enough life from us to outpace our DPS. Like, it's barely an inconvenience, him doing that siphon. If anything, him doing that siphon gives us a second to just kind of reset and let our cooldowns come off cooldown. So
Take a sip of our coffee.
he's doing us a favor by doing that blood siphon, because just nothing happens for 10 seconds, and it's like, okay, rest time. So we just ignore that mechanic altogether. But he mind controls the tank every, 30 or 40 seconds for, like 8 seconds? Like, it's not real long. So we've just had to kind of make sure that you're using your parry ability and you're running away and stuff, and make sure I don't kill you guys basically when I'm mind controlled. But the boss doesn't do, like when I get mind controlled and Hikar goes on to one of you guys, he's not even doing much damage to you. So I don't know. I thought it was a fun fight, and it was kind of rewarding to finish it, because we did fail the one time and we were like, can we do this with the mind control? Yes, we can, and we did, and we got that achievement. So now we're just going to go back for the mounts and the rep, because we want the achievement.
Yes. The rep's easy enough to farm there.
So we also did some of AQ20, which was quite easy. Like, none of the bosses, I think we killed 3 bosses, and the only reason we stopped is because
Enough time.
we were running out of time. We just didn't have time to finish, so we just left. But I don't think there's any reason why we can't clear AQ20, so that would be doable.
AQ40?
And we went to AQ40.
We couldn't kill a boss though.
And, well, yeah, but the trash... So when we were doing AQ40 back in Classic, some of the trash was harder than the bosses. So those trashes where you get the 4 big Anubiseth guys at the beginning, those ones were the easier of the ones, because it's the ones later in the dungeon that were really hard. But we were able to kill those very easily. Like, like they weren't even hitting me, like very easily. And we farmed those for mounts a bit. We did attempt the first boss, but again, mind control. Why? I don't know why Blizzard likes mind control so much.
Well, obviously, so people don't go and solo it.
Yeah, I wonder, would the mind control reset it if you soloed it? Because I know Hikari, you can reset them. I don't know if you can reset the first boss in AQ40. I wonder if it would be easier to solo.
I think he'll still mind control you.
He'll still mind control you, but will it reset his health?
Yes, I would say as soon as he's out of combat.
We should
not
try
fighting.
that, because when I was actually tanking and fighting the boss, he was doing nothing to us, and we were killing him quite quickly. I wonder if just because we want to get past that boss so we can kill the rest of the trash and try the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if I tried to just go in there and solo it. I mean, it might take me some time, but just to get the boss down.
His mirror images also did quite a bit of damage to us from behind, I think.
Yeah, but if I can keep them in front of me, like, they don't do more damage than the boss does. So, like, if the boss was doing almost no damage to me, then doubling that with the mirrors at the same time, double almost nothing is still just barely more than nothing.
Yeah, kind of sucks that our run of AQ40 would be just us watching you fight the boss while we help you with the trash.
Well, no, it's just the first boss.
Yeah.
Because then we would try the other ones after that, right? Like, that would just, like, we need to find a way to get that first boss down so that we can see what else we can do.
And then isn't the 41 with the twins?
Yes.
Yeah.
How would we do that?
I don't know. Carefully.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the fun of doing this stuff, to figure out what we can do.
And then I don't think we could do Cthulhu.
I don't know. Maybe not, because it's like he swallows you, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember what mechanics on Cthulhu would exclude us being able to 3-man him. I don't know.
I know that on my shaman way back when, it must have been level 90.
I feel like that was during like Legion or something.
No, I think I did it at 90.
I don't remember the level caps for each thing.
Yeah, well, whatever, after the end of Cataclysm.
Cataclysm?
Clapoclysm. I'm almost thinking it's level 80, but I don't think I can do it at level 80 with my rogue. But I know with my shaman I did get through AQ40. That includes bringing the twins together and mowing them both down at the same time.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could do enough damage to them that they probably can't heal fast enough.
Yeah,
But
because
either
did
way-
they heal when they were close together?
Yes,
So how did you solo that then? Did you just out DPS their heal?
I think so. I must have. That's got to be the only answer. I did it. But I'm wondering
But
if
we
I
could keep them separate, because I mean, one of you two could tank one of those.
My pet.
Your pet could, bro. Yeah, your pet could.
If you had a tanking kind of pet, yeah. I don't know if I could. Would they get through my leather? They might get through my leather. I don't know. We'll give it a try.
They would get through your leather, but can they get through like your dodge? Like, can't you spec to have like really high dodge? I know, Sam, you could do your monkey thing, your aspect of the monkey, or is that
Oh.
worked into your Dragonhawk now?
That's my Dragon Hawk.
Either way, you have like a lot of dodge.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll keep attempting, and I feel like we'll see in the future how far we get on these things. We've also been. I already had my Molten Core attunement. Al's got his Molten Core attunement now.
I'm close.
It's going to be almost no effort for you to get your Molten Core attunement. We should try and do Molten Core. We should do Karazhan too, because there's a mountain there, and it was a 10-man raid, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like 10-man Burning Crusade, we could 3-man that.
I did that one on my shaman as well.
Probably.
The chess game was kind of interesting.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's been so long since I've done that. But anyways, those were the old school things. We've got more stuff we wanted to talk about here, so we should probably. So that can be the what have we been up to section, because that's basically what we did this week. We did
All three of those.
Yeah, well, we did Pilgrim's Bounty, which we'll talk about now. But the other stuff that we were up to is doing those old school runs, that's fun. Like, I'm enjoying doing that, especially on a week when our guild raids were canceled. So Pilgrim's Bounty. We spent the week doing Pilgrim's Bounty. What are your thoughts on Pilgrim's Bounty, Sam?
I don't like dwarf rogues because they don't exist.
Yeah, we ended up having to make our own dwarf rogue.
Well, I don't think you had to, because
Well, right after we got that achievement, I saw one,
it was fun to be an annoying level 1 rogue interrupting a level 80 from hearthing out.
Well, yeah.
and I had fun killing you.
And we just kept coming back.
It's okay. You missed me once.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
You shot me and I dodged it.
I watched. You slipped behind her. I'm like, whoa, what was that?
It was kind of, well, I mean, that was me getting out of the way, but when she actually shot, like when I was in front of her and she shot me, my character actually dodged. And then the one that hit, I think it did like 30 damage to me with like 1900 overkill. So it killed me pretty good.
Yeah, but no, it was fun. Like that was cool. It was a chance where we got to irritate each other without getting angry.
Yeah.
Too much fun.
I was trying to hearth. You guys kept coming back and interrupting it.
Yeah,
Well,
she
yeah,
goes-
because you made the mistake of shooting us with your turkey gun really close to where we res. So, and you must auto flag when you're there, right?
No, I must have, because when I ran through a tunnel, I got flagged.
Yeah, I think that area. That's because it's the newbie area. I think you get auto flagged if you go there.
Yeah.
None of the level 1s in the area were really a match for us level 80s for some reason.
Well, I wasn't there as level 80.
But what else? What else did we do for the what were the other achievements? Because we
Well,
got.
on the positive side,
the
Sam.
cooking.
There you go.
Oh yeah, tell us about your cooking because you had like no cooking.
Oh, I had like 66 cooking, and now I maxed out.
Are you like all the way?
No.
Oh, okay. How hard did you get it?
I think I'm at 4 something now.
And you did that all like almost all with the Pilgrim's Bounty stuff.
Mostly, yeah.
So that's kind of a cool way to level cooking
Yeah.
because you just do the recipes and the turkeys took you all the way up over 400.
No, I had to do worm something.
Okay.
Worm meat. I did worm
Okay,
meat
so you
to
did
get
some stuff other than the Pilgrim's
Yeah.
Bounty. Okay, so but still
the
that's
cleft
kind of
meat too. I did.
the cleft hoof and tabuk stuff from
Yeah.
Nagrand, right?
So it sounds like it took you up to maybe a small distance into the Burning Crusade cooking.
Yeah.
Didn't you got to 328, wasn't it? Because I remember you asking me
30
how do I get
something.
from 328 to
30
350.
something. 330 something.
Okay, so you
That's-
must have killed a lot of. Did you kill a lot of turkeys?
Yes.
I killed a lot of turkeys.
I think we all killed a lot of turkeys.
No, I think I still have turkeys in my bag that I can still turn in. I might have to farm 5 more to finish off, and that would have been the whole event.
Yeah, well, I guess we could. Oh, it's too late now to do yesterday's dailies, but we could still do.
already did
We'd still
yesterday's
do
dailies.
1 day's worth of dailies. I see. I haven't because I was working and then I was working on the podcast and stuff. I've been slacking on my dailies. But we have today left, and we just have the one achievement left. We have to go to the enemy factions tables. We have to put on our pilgrim attire.
Have we
and
figured out if we need to eat or just sit?
It just says put on your pilgrim attire and hat maybe, and sit at the opposing factions table. Does it just say attire?
It only calls the attire, the dress, or the robe.
Oh, okay. So you put on one piece of the clothes, the
I'm
pilgrim
gonna
clothes.
put on all 3 that I
Well,
have.
we might as well wear all of it. We might as well go all out. Do you have the attire, not the dress? I bought the dress.
I kept buying turkey shooters to get my revenge. Oh, okay, I'll talk about that. Don't talk about that. But yeah.
You talk about it. What are we talking about?
Okay, we ready? Okay, so diverting. I'm a rogue.
We know.
Yes.
And basically, you can call us the turkeys of this event because we're the ones that are being sought after. There's an achievement where you have to shoot a rogue with your turkey blaster. So I spent most of this time being a turkey, in game as well as out of game. It was, you get a target on your back as a rogue in this event. Either way, it was fun anyway. But now I've done it. I've got all my achievements except for the one, which we'll do today. We were saving it for today. But I have turkey shooters. Anybody shoots me, I shoot them back.
Yeah, because we're gonna go do that last one and get the achievement when we're done recording this. Which we've got. I mean, I guess we've had a few things we need to edit out, so we're probably not quite at 55 minutes yet. So we've got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
It's good to get up to an hour, I think.
So Sam upped the cooking. I had to dodge a lot of turkey shooters. Is there anything about this event that stuck out for you?
No. Oh, yes. The Spirit of Sharing. That's the first day we did it. We sat down, we did the Spirit of Sharing because that's like the first achievement you do. You sit down, you eat all 5 things at the table, and you get the buff. And I moused over the buff, and it says you get a 10% increase to. I know it's to rep. Is it to experience and rep, or is it just to rep? I'm level 80, so if it's experience,
Yeah, I don't
know. I think it might just be to rep, but you get a 10% buff to rep gains. So I was like, okay, so that means I'm going to spend this week farming rep. So although when you die because you pull too many axe throwers in ZG, the buff does go away. But we did some ZG runs for rep with the buff up part of the time. I went and I grinded out the Timber Maw rep to finish that off. I know Al and I both started working on our Lore Master, doing the newbie zone quests because you also want to do those for the rep for the. Is it the Diplomat? Is that the one?
Yes.
What's the achievement? Is it Diplomat for the 5 home
Ambassador.
cities? Ambassador. For the Ambassador achievement for the 5 home cities rep. So it's a bonus. I mean, 10% bonus. It's not huge, but you get that bonus if you do all those quests with the Spirit of Sharing buff up. And as kind of an additional bonus, there's a table in every newbie zone, so you can just go refresh your buff really easily.
Not in the actual zone that you start in.
No, not in like the
you do the
first
first
5
few
levels
quests,
trier.
yeah.
No,
So-
but that takes like 5 minutes, so you shouldn't die doing those.
No.
At level 80, I hope. You
No.
didn't die doing the little cave in the orc starting area
The cave and the orc starting. No.
with the little. I'm joking. There's no way you could die in there,
No.
even
No.
if you tried.
Orcs, so orcs getting, that was a bit of a pain, but I just went to the wrong zone. So if you're going to do this, research your zones, but once you're done, if you're a high level and you're just going back to catch up, do the starting zone, but then you probably want to head out to Badlands. So I think there's a lot of orc out there.
Like just for the Orgrimmar rep, you mean?
Yes, for Orgrimmar rep. That was the Orgrimmar rep. I found towards the end was took me a long time to get to Exalted from almost at Exalted.
See, I didn't have a problem. I got mine really easily, but I think part of that is because I leveled in Alterac Valley a lot during Burning Crusade.
I was going to say.
So I think I got a lot of Orgrimmar rep from turn-ins there and doing the quests in Alterac Valley, because I think they all give Org rep,
Yeah.
as well as the Frostwolf rep. So that's probably why I probably had like an extra 5,000 rep from doing that or something.
Yeah, I was going to say that AV gives you Orgrimmar rep. But so right now I'm in your favorite zone.
I have a lot of zones that I don't like. So which one's that?
I'm in your favorite starting zone for the Horde.
The Brill? I don't like Brill. I don't know if
The
you're saying
Tauren.
that sarcastically or not. Oh yeah, I don't like. Oh right, I hate that zone because I did that and I was complaining. I think I was in voice chat with you while I was doing that zone and doing that, like the tangled Quillbore area. I kept getting lost.
Yeah, I don't get it. I went in
don't
there
like
today
it.
and I got turned around once and I said, okay, well I learned from that and I said I got to do better than Josh at this.
I chose not to learn.
Did you do better than Josh?
Yeah. Well, I've been in there a number of times.
See, I don't make Torrens because I don't. It's not that I hate the starting zone. I don't like playing Torrens because they're ugly and they're big, and I don't like being.
That's just
big.
bull.
Because they're cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Move over.
Yeah. So I just don't like Torrens. I think I made a Tauren Druid once because it was the only option, and I didn't play it for very long because I didn't like Torrens or Druids that much, really.
So my biggest worry is us being Blood Elves. We've already done we've done pretty much all of the Blood Elf starting area. Like, how are we going to get our rep up? But I'm almost at Exalted with Blood Elves, actually, so that one isn't my biggest worry. My next biggest worry is the Trolls. Is the Trolls?
Yeah, you know what? There's probably not. Yeah,
Because
I
their
can't think
starting
of any
area is the
troll
Orc
zones.
starting area.
Well, you get what are they called? Darkspear trolls. You get Darkspear trolls rep from Sen'jin Village in those quests.
Yeah.
But what other zones are troll based?
I don't know, I have to do a little bit of research.
Is Desolace trolls? Do you get troll rep for Desolace?
Yes. There are troll bases out there. I know. I just got to do a little more research.
Yeah, I feel like Desolace might be one. But what I found is when I was grinding the Timbermaw rep, I got a lot of Runecloth. And I'm saving all my Runecloth for Home City factions that I don't finish just from doing the quests. I'm just going to top off with Runecloth tournaments.
Yeah, so Runecloth, your first 60 gets you 350 rep, I believe, or 385. 385 if you have the 10% bonus.
Which we won't after today.
Yeah, after that, it goes into... Well, I wonder if you bought Heirloom. You get extra reputation for that.
No, you don't. Do you? No, you don't. It's just
No, you
experience.
don't. Just experience. Okay, so after that, you turn in 20, which is basically 125 per turn.
And that would take a lot of cloth, but getting Runecloth is so easy.
Yeah,
We could even go, like, because when I was running Strathhome, because I used to solo Strathhome for the, what's it called? Argent Dawn rep.
Ugh, Paladins.
Oh, you could solo Strathhome too. I mean, I was doing it at level 60, but no, not 60, 70. I don't remember 70, but you could have done it too. But you get a lot of Runecloth doing those dungeons, and we need to clear stuff like Dire Maul and Blackrock. Oh, you cleared Blackrock Spire because you're a Fell Striker.
No, I've only gone up to...
Oh, you didn't bother. You didn't clear it.
No, I didn't clear it.
Oh, okay. Because it drops. Is it Rend or is it the dog it drops off of?
Rend.
Is it Rend? Do you have to wait through? Is there like a role play you have to wait through every time you do it? Oh, that would be so annoying.
He takes so long. You kill the last pile, so there's 7 rounds of baddies that come out, and you have to wait. And I put a triangle once, and I watched. He basically, I'll go down and kill him. He's like runs down the hall, and then he goes, "Oh, hey, Bob, how's it going?" And he stops there and he talks to Bob for a while, and I'm sitting there going, oh, "Can you just come and try and kill me so I can kill you?" And then Bob, I don't know what Bob's talking about, but Bob seems to have a lot to say. And then finally Ren says, "Oh, okay, Bob, by the way, I have to go get onto my dragon and try and kill this usurper. Usurper, whatever. Usurp, you brought it, I don't know." Just... if I could get in there, I'm going to try and find a way to get in there. I want to kill Bob before I pull Rend.
So where are you pulling the name Bob out of here?
My hat.
Okay, because it's funny. I find this funny. Okay, because there's another podcast I listen to, Warcraft Reloaded, and their host's name is Bob, and he plays a rogue, and he has been farming the Fell Striker. So he has been in Upper Blackrock Spire farming Fell Striker like non-stop for the last couple weeks. So when you said he keeps stopping and talking to Bob, I thought, wait a minute.
So it's him.
It is him.
He's slowing me down. Bob, leave him alone. No, like literally the triangle. So I have the triangle marker on him, and he's like down, and then it stops right there. I'm pointing at the air. Stops right there, and I'm going, what are you doing? And that dramatic pause has to be left in, because that's just me moving my mouth without words coming
So
out.
you don't want me editing all your pauses out?
Yeah. What are you doing? Come on. So I'm just waiting, and then finally he runs over, grabs Dragon, comes in, and he's dead within seconds.
So there's no way to speed that up, eh?
No.
Because I know he was saying he can do 5 in half an hour. 5 Fel Striker runs in half an hour.
Yeah.
Is that about right? Is that what is it? I mean, I don't think,
I'm not sure.
because I know he's got raid gear, but
Yeah.
I don't see that making a big difference in Blackrock Spire, because everything's going to die in one shot regardless of your gear.
Well, it depends on how sloppy you get. I'm a casual player.
We know.
So
in
when
the
you
title.
have to when you have to clear out the 7 rooms to open the door.
I don't remember Upper Blackrock. I mean, now that you've said that, I remember, but yeah, okay.
So I once tried to pull. So you got 4 and you got 3.
Yeah.
So I pulled the 4 rooms and I went into the room. The problem is I try and gather them all up, but the summoners, they're running. Says, well, hold on a sec, and they start summoning. So
Well,
then
you got to line of sight them. Find a corner or a pillar to duck around, so they all have to come to you.
they don't need to hit me to summon other people. They're summoners. They're summoning more NPCs.
So, yeah. Well, that's annoying.
More mobs. So then I did die at first because I got overwhelmed and I wasn't prepared, but I got better. So I did all 4 rooms yesterday. I can't see 5 runs in half an hour because you have to clear all 7, and then you have to go and you have to do that one elemental fight to open up the door, and then you run up and then you run out, and it takes so long for him to come down. I've timed it once. I've been through in 15 minutes. I mean, I'll time it again. I can probably go faster.
Oh, I'm not trying to pressure you into doing it faster.
I wonder
was
if I can
curious.
just pick that door, or if I have to clear all. No, I probably have to clear them all.
You must, yeah, because you're a rogue. If you can pick the door, you can probably just stealth. I mean, I know you have to kill the bosses, because the one boss you have to kill to open the door, right?
Yes.
But you can probably stealth past most of the stuff, right?
Yeah, I find stealth.
You
is
probably
so
don't even need
slow.
to stealth. You can just run past most of the stuff. Does it even aggro on you if you don't aggro it?
It depends on how close I get.
Yeah, that's how it works. Well,
I mean, some of them are tight passages, but no, I don't need to.
oh well.
I think the only place I really have to hit the stealth, because I could slow down a bit on the intro, but usually I just hit my charge and I'm running through, so I go up the stairs and there's 2 guards that are padding up the stairs and I'm running it. So there's my first stealth. I could just wait back a second and not actually stealth it, and then I can run around. I can probably run all the way up to that top door. If I'm gonna check, I never checked that door. I wonder if I can pick it. I don't think I can pick it.
I don't know. It'd be worth a try.
But otherwise, there is 4 times. There's 28 mobs, which is not a lot. But then they'll pull in the pats on the outside as well. There's 28 mobs I have to kill. There's 30 because there's 2 guards on the other one to clear all 7 of those glyphs that opens up the door. So if I could do that faster, I could probably do it in half an hour. 5 runs in half an hour.
Until you get your Fel Striker, and then you never have to go back again.
That would actually save me so much time.
But apparently, from what I've heard about the Fel Striker, is that combo. It's not something that goes obsolete at any point in Wrath. So, like using that, like the Fel Striker trick to do your AOE Fan of Knives DPS thing or whatever, however it works, that continues to work throughout. So it's not like you're doing this and then a better option's going to be out in Ulduar or something. Like it's something that stays cool.
Yeah.
So
My biggest concern with this build is they talk about the Storm Shroud armor, which we could farm and Sam could create, but that's a big drop back in stats and armor.
what is the Storm Shroud? Is that's leatherworking?
Yes.
Is it Wrath stuff?
No, it's classic stuff.
Oh, why would you need that?
It's got a Wicked Energy replenishment in it as well, but it's a 3-piece set bonus.
And it's a big enough buff that all the lost stats don't matter?
It gives you a chance with every main hand hit to replenish energy.
Oh.
And if you're doing your Fan of Knives, there's a lot of main hand hits. So I mean, it
And
gives
what are you using the energy for in that build?
Casting
I don't
Fan
know.
of Knives.
Oh, so you can so if you replenish enough energy, you can just keep it going.
Keep it going. That's the strength of it, is the amount of cast you can do on Fan of Knives.
I need to make a rogue. They sound fun.
Well,
I'm
then
gonna-
you're
you know what? I'm
then
gonna
you're just-
roll a rogue.
Then you're just going to make something that's better than me. Stop
No,
it.
you're already
Enjoy
a
your
rogue.
paladin.
I do enjoy my paladin, but I'm at the point right now where I don't have that much more gear to get until Ulduar comes out, and I need an alt.
Make a Tauren.
I don't like Taurens, and they can't be rogues. Can they be rogues?
No.
No.
Did you shoot a Tauren?
I don't think so, no.
Yes, a big bull is going to sneak up behind you.
I guess that's a good point. But, I mean, you could say the same about orcs. Orcs are not known for their stealth. Could pandas be rogues? I know I'm pulling at a different expansion here, but
I think so.
yeah, I don't believe panda rogues. I don't believe pandas. I don't believe in pandas. I
If
don't
they
think
can be
exist.
monks, I'm sure they could be rogues.
Oh, monks. I forgot about monks. See, that was a class when Mists of Pandaria came out. I was excited about the monk class because I like monks in D&D, right? Monks are cool. And I was excited that monk was going to be a class. And then I don't like the Mists of Pandaria monk class. I didn't like it at all. It was not what I wanted it to be.
You mean you couldn't make a naked chick running around?
Not as a panda, no.
Yeah.
And that was
That's your D&D monk, by the way.
that's an ascetic monk who has taken a vow of poverty and is not allowed to own clothing. It's a legitimate monk build. All my monks have been naked for that reason. But we should probably close this up because we're over an hour and I don't think I have that much stuff to clip off. So, and I want to get lunch. And I need to finish editing the podcast that's due out today. I was going to put it out this morning, and it's not done yet.
And we have to finish Pilgrim's Bounty.
Yes, we need to do that too. So, yeah, we need to end this, and you need to get home and get on so we can do that.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, get home, get on. So Pilgrim's Bounty, just to wrap that up, if you haven't done it, it's fun to do.
It's over now, though.
Next
by the time
year.
this is out, it'll have been over by a week. So,
Yeah, well, it's still going to be running next year, I would imagine.
well, we'll see. The world might end. Who knows?
Well, the world could end when I walk out your door.
And then who's going to listen to the podcast? Oh, that would suck.
But do it if you have brand new characters. Do it every day. Keep getting the bonus because that extra XP is kind of.
Is it
cool.
extra XP or is it
No,
only
sorry,
rep?
extra rep is kind of cool.
I mean, it might be XP, and I just didn't notice, but I know it's rep.
So I'm just going to say this again so we can edit out that whole mungle. So the extra rep is really good, and it's pushed us up. It's a good chance to get our rep grind, which also helped me towards the pet or the mount achievement. I'm at about 30 mounts right now.
I'm at 20, 23.
I have 6.
So you're getting there. We need to get you more mounts. Come with us on our ZG runs. Oh, you do.
I do.
Just the mounts haven't dropped. You got a couple mounts from AK40, but either way, we already talked about that. So we're saying goodbye.
That's outrageous!
every time.
Live with Outrageous and Sam and Josh.
Goodbye, everybody.
This is